Have you ever seen raisins dance? Well, if you hit subscribe, I'll show you just how raisins can dance right in front of your eyes. Welcome to my channel.
Nice.
Every day I make science easy and fun for kids and the young at heart. And today, we're going to explore the amazing world of dancing raisins. Have you ever dropped raisins into a glass of soda water? If you haven't, this is what you're missing out on. Drop a handful of raisins into some soda water and watch what happens. The bubbles in the soda water cling onto the raisins and lift them up towards the surface of the liquid. Once they get to the top, the bubbles pop and the raisins are released only to be grabbed by more bubbles and lifted up again. It looks like the raisins are dancing in the glass of soda water. So that begs the question, what makes raisins dance? Well, to answer that question, you need to do a couple experiments and learn a little bit about the science behind what's happening when you drop raisins into a glass of soda water. For our first experiment, we'll need 2 glasses of water, some raisins, and a timer. Let's pour equal amounts of water into both of these glasses. And now let's add the same number of raisins to each glass. Now let's observe what happens in each glass. In one glass, nothing happens because the water doesn't have any bubbles. But in the other glass, all the raisins start floating to the top. Why does this happen? Well, the key is hidden inside the raisins themselves. Let's take a raisin and split it open. Do you see those tiny holes? Those holes allow air and water to pass through the raisin. If we put a raisin in a glass of plain water, the air inside the raisin will slowly move into the glass. At the same time, water will move from the glass into the raisin. Since the air is moving into the raisin, and the raisin has become heavier, the raisin sinks. If we put a raisin into a glass of carbonated water, however, the opposite happens. Instead of air moving into the raisin, carbon dioxide gas from the water moves into the raisin. As the raisin becomes lighter, it floats to the top. When it gets to the top, the bubbles pop, and the carbon dioxide gas leaves the raisin. Now, the raisin sinks again. This cycle keeps repeating over and over again until the raisin reaches the bottom of the glass. That's why we see the raisins dancing. The bubbles lift the raisins up, and when the bubbles pop, the raisins are released. Now it's your turn. Take a minute to leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Is making raisins dance easy or hard? And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on future science fun. Now that we understand how to make raisins dance, let's see if we can answer the riddle that I posed at the beginning of the show. Here goes the riddle. I make things rise, not with heat but with fizz. What am I? Well, if you said bubbles, you'd be right. That's right. Bubbles are the answer to the riddle. You're so smart. Give yourself a nice little happy face and a plus a 100 and multiple exclamation points. Now, before we end today's show, I want to show you one last thing that I couldn't fit into the main part of the show. Check this out. We took all the raisins out of the soda water, leaving only the bubbles behind. And we added more raisins to the glass. Watch what happens. All the raisins immediately float to the top because they're grabbing onto the existing bubbles. Isn't that crazy? It's like the bubbles are giving the raisins an express ride to the top of the glass. If you enjoyed today's episode, check out this video where Skittles dance on a hot plate. Click here to watch that video. All right, it's time to do the experiment. I challenge you to pass the salt using only one hand. Watch this video to see how it's done. All right, give it a try. Pause the video and use only one hand to pass the salt. Time starts now. Okay, did you do it? If you didn't, watch the video again and see how it's done. If you did it, well, give yourself a nice little happy face and a plus a 100 and multiple exclamation points. All right, now it's time for 2 more important announcements. First, my dad says he loves me more than words can say. Second, my dad also wants me to remind you to download the free Science Buddies worksheets. These fun science and math worksheets are great for homeschooling, for after-school fun, or for summer break. There's even a section for toddlers. You can find a link to the worksheets in the description below. My dad says to go to the website to download the free worksheets. Now it's time for one last video. Some people like to eat cookies while they watch videos. Others prefer to eat ice cream. Still others enjoy eating fruit. No matter what you like to eat, there's one thing we all have in common. We all love watching videos. Wouldn't it be great if you could earn money by watching videos? Well, thanks to a special program, you can do just that. It's very easy. First, you'll need to ask your parents to create an account for you. It's completely free. Then you'll pick videos you want to watch. The videos could be about science, math, art, music, history, anything. You get paid a small amount for watching each video. It's really easy. and every week you get paid automatically. You can use the money you earn to buy whatever you want. It's fun, it's easy, and it's a great way to earn money. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. Also, be sure to leave a comment below and tell me what you learned. My dad says he loves me more than words can say. And I know he's lying, because if he loved me more than words can say, he wouldn't make me wear this itchy sweater. Anyway, click here to watch this video, and remember, stay curious.